Okay, we're going to replace the O-rings. Both these service valves, the O-rings are bad. Don't know how they went bad, but we're replacing them. There are 2 O-rings in each one. I'll show you that in a second. But take something like this, and then you want to just clean it out. Just get it cleaned out. You want that thing as clean as possible for your O-rings. Just slide on there. You put a little POE on it. POE oil on it before you slide in your new O-rings, and I'll show you how to replace those in a second. Okay, just so you know, there's nothing inside there. It can't hurt nothing. All you see is your Allen wrench hole, and you want to clean the silk. This thing here should be nylogged. Yeah, you put nylog on them, on the threads, and put them plenty. It doesn't hurt nothing. It's a sealer, and keep the caps on. They're not decoration. They're there for a seal. They're in case the O-rings fail. Those things, the caps keep them sealed. Okay, that's part of the system. Anyway, I'll show you how to replace the O-rings right now. You want to be able to get out the no-eye snap rings. They're a pain in the neck. When you put them back in, throw them away and get rid of the regular eye rings. That's dumb. Anyway, I wanted to say they saved a cent by using those idiotic damn things. Anyway, so you want to take the smallest girly screwdriver you have. You come into like eyeglass kits or whatever, and just stick it underneath one side. Okay, and you can see it comes right out. It's literally lifted up, and from there you can do whatever you want, but I'm just going to take it and do the same thing with the next one. Okay, once you bent it out of the way, then you'll simply just grab it and get it the hell out of there. We're going to use the ones with the eyelets when we go to put it back on. This is the stupidest thing ever. They saved a cent by not having ones with eyelets, morons. Anyway, it's as simple as that. And now I'll show you how to pull off the O-rings. It'll be really is our service valve, but this is part of the service valve, and it has 2 O-rings on it, and it goes in and holds this thing either all the way a connection for the ODU or all the way open so you have connection through the IDU and the line set. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to take off the thing. So you've already recovered all the refrigerants. There's nothing left inside. It's all empty now, and so you're going to remove this so you can replace the O-rings. Usually there's 2 O-rings. Sometimes I've seen 1 O-ring, but we'll see what this one is. This is a Pioneer, and it's an old one. I'm not sure what year it is, but I'll take a look in a minute. But anyway, it's an old one, and you could have 1 or 2, I don't know. And so you just keep going until it's off the way off. Pull it out of there. Oh, yeah, this one only has 1 O-ring. So we'll take the next one out, and then we'll replace the O-rings and clean it up a little bit with POE oil too. Just want to clean a Q-tip and POE oil, make sure it's completely clean and ready to go for our new O-rings, okay? As I said, use a vacuum, get a new charge out of there. Clean it up with a Q-tip later with POE oil. Get it as nice and perfect as possible, but definitely put your caps on. Important to keep everything out of here. Make sure it's perfect, okay? Okay, take a little POE oil and clean that thing up to make sure it's clean. I just want to get it as clean as possible. So, and lubed up. We don't want the O-rings getting messed up. The brand new O-rings. Want them to last a lifetime. So clean that whole thing up as good as you can. You want to make sure you're using POE oil, that way it doesn't mess with into your stuff. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and set our things now. We got them, I have the O-rings and I'll put in a link below where to find them at. They were nowhere in town. They were through Harbor Freight though. They sell them 2 different kits. So I'll put down below the kit, and you'll be able to get them from there. So, you just want to take a little POE oil and rub it along in there, same thing. Just want to make sure everything's smoothed out, everything's clean as possible. This never happens, you know what I mean? That if it messes up, you don't want it to mess up again on you. So just do everything best you can and call it macaroni. So everything's slathered in POE oil now, everything's clean as can be, and we'll just go from there. At this point, we don't want you to set them in there. We'll go ahead and tighten them all the way up. And then get the wrong size. Oh, there it is. Okay, now those are tightened up. So what we're going to do now is that is completely closed off the system from any testing. Okay, and so we can't even pressure test it now. We don't know anything. All we know is for sure that the O-rings are tightened up against there. Okay, so now we know that they're in. They hold there. Now we got to put on the retainer rings. So we put those in. We're going to bring them both back out to the retainer rings. It'll stop there. And then we're going to pressurize the system with, this system here says the high is 550 PSI. That's normal for mini splits. The new ones now with the A2L refrigerants are 620 or something like that. So anyway, but I don't believe they actually go anywhere near that. If anyone can prove me wrong, go ahead. I put gauges on these things, and they've gotten nowhere near that high of pressure. But anyway, regardless, I always said to everybody, charge them up to the 550 PSI because the system itself will. But that's not true. Apparently, I've been wrong the whole time. I don't mind being wrong. I like to learn something new every day. Apparently, the system don't get anywhere near that. So it's possible. It says a high pressure of 550. It's possible the thing gets up to 500. Maybe, occasionally, very rarely, on heat mode. Cool mode, 350 is the highest, I think. Anyway, I put gauges on them, and for a split second you can see them high, but then they go right back down because they're inverter-driven electronic equipment, and it just works fantastic. So they don't stay high pressure unless they need to. And as soon as they're done needing to, they go right back off the thing. So anyway, they don't just charge a bunch of money per se just to operate. They operate super efficiently. Anyway, as soon as I put the retainer rings in, we will bring them both back out. We'll charge it up to at least 500 pounds. We'll see what happens, and make sure our O-rings are holding under nitrogen pressure. And if they do hold under nitrogen pressure, I'll charge the system, and I'll walk you through each step. Okay, we got our new rings inserted, and we got them all backed all the way out. Now it's perfect. We have our new O-rings, we have our new catch rings, and now we're ready to go ahead and fill it with nitrogen and see how it'll take the pressure. We're going to, again, it says 550 max pressure, so we're going to go ahead and go to 550 and see if these O-rings hold and if the system's holding. We don't know if the system leaks or not. It's an old system. We're not sure where it started leaking at, so it could be the ODU, but we'll find out whether it's the O-rings for sure, because those were leaking. So it might have been those, and they weren't capped off super tight, so that caused the tarnish in there you saw originally. These things got to be capped off. They're not decoration. They literally have to be capped off. And you put a little nylon on there, cap them off good. In case the O-ring fails, it'll still hold your pressure. Same thing here. In case the valve core fails, the Schrader valve, fails, the cap is what secures it. Okay, it's part of the sealing system. So we want to make sure these things are all on snug. They don't have to be super tight like torqued on, but they should be snug with some nylon, and it'll be perfect. So let's go ahead and fill it with some nitrogen and see how we go.